okay. I just put the old school intro up there just to remind everybody out there that I always intended to put Pokemon battles and other stuff up here, so this was me finally getting around to it. There's more battlefield stuff and other stuff coming soon, but right now I'm just going to do some Pokemon battles, so here we go. This is just some random guy I found on Cerebi, so let's see how it goes. His Weevil, I was expecting Taunt, because lead Weevils always do that, so I switch out. He goes to Snorlax, which is perfect for me, because I went to a Heracross. I was expecting some kind of switch, but I was thinking maybe a Ghost, maybe not, doesn't matter. A bit early to say. Did good damage, but I don't really want to take any kind of damage from that, so I went back out to WHOO. Leech Seed doesn't really tell me much, that's not that good. Knockoff, that's not good, that means I'm going to have some real problems switching into this thing right now. I burnt it because I'm always afraid of the Power Whip, and that can hit quite a few of my guys quite strongly, so it's always good to burn stuff, plus it will get it down there. Now, I wasn't really expecting a Sleep Powder, so that kind of caught me off guard. So, I'm not quite sure what to do about that. I'm thinking I want to switch, just to do something else. He wants to switch as well to a Dragonite, and he was probably thinking to set up. I went back to Knights because it's the only thing he's seen and don't want to give too much away right now. It wasn't obvious Stone Edge, but you know, it could have hit anything. I went with Close Combat last time, so I was mixing it up a bit. I had to get out of there to avoid the knockoff, so right there. Now here I get some real big luck. I wake up on this, I think that's the first turn wake, and my Will-O-Wisp hits. So that's pretty big luck for me right there. He was expecting another Will-O-Wisp, but I just wanted a Pain Split anyway, because that's what you do when you don't want to guess around. I'm really paranoid it's going to be a nasty potting, so I wanted to taunt it just to make sure. Although, seeing how much that did, yeah, he was using a Life Orb, so who knows what this thing can do. Zoomeril's always going to make a Infernape run away, so there's no point Aqua Jetting. I might as well go for a Waterfall, get some real power in it. He goes back out to this, as sort of expected, but I didn't really fancy the recoil. Now, I did not expect a Mega Drain there, a Giga Drain even. I was expecting like a nerfed Power Whip or something, but not one of them, and that hurt. And it gave all his health back as well. I was not expecting that. Although, what I was expecting here is him to know that I wasn't expecting that and to switch. So I stayed in here to take the knockoff, because I knew he would. He wouldn't do that again, and I finish him off. So that's that thing out of my way, which is a big relief. He sends out this thing, which tells me it's got a priority move, because he wouldn't send anything out to a Azumarill without being able to do it. So Ice Shard is predicted, and that's what happens. Obviously, it's a Weevil, it's what they do. Now here, I do a Trick Room, and I don't know if he predicted that, or predicted a Sleep move, or whatever. Maybe a Gyro Ball. Either way, that thing is annoying for Dominion. I sort of predicted a Curslax, and WHOO does take Curslaxes. It eats them for breakfast in any situation apart from a Trick Room. So that's my first screw over in the Trick Room. Then I send out Knights, completely forgetting that I've just set up Trick Room. So I thought he was going to switch, so I went for the Stone Edge thinking Dragonite's going to come in, completely forgetting about my own Trick Room. Whoops. So that's not good. So now this thing's rampaging around. I'm trying to stall out my own Trick Room because it's actually not being that good for me right now. He gets a crit, which is fine. Actually, I'm okay with that. That's not as big as a one-turn wake, really. I want to get Stealth Rock in because I can deal with this Curslax pretty easily. It's just dealing with the any counters that come in to save it. That's my main issue. I'm surprised I lived that. I wasn't expecting to live it, so I'll get a little bit more damage on this. Too bad Swamput's got to die, but the crit kind of meant that he was a bit useless. So I think I go back out to Heracross now, hoping that that Earthquake managed to do enough damage. Curslaxes can survive a close combat from Knights with the +1 boost in defense, but not this one. It looks like the Earthquake was enough just to bring it down there. So that's good. Obviously he's going to Ice Shard, but I kind of have plans here. See, I know it Ice Shards, so I was expecting maybe him to switch, or do something else, predicting it, and I deliberately let him die so I could bring out Twilight to get the curse up for free, because the worst thing it could do is Brit Break. I wasn't expecting a Swords Dance, and the Ice Punch, obviously it can't run 4 moves. I've already seen all its 4 moves now, so... Well, now I've seen all 4 moves now. Night Slash is there, and it's obviously Night Slash, not Brit Break. So that's that done. Even with the curse, I still take quite a lot from that Night Slash, that's bad. Gyro Ball absolutely owns it with the curse. That's a lot of boosts on that Gyro Ball right there. In comes a Dragonite, and he's thinking that I might be switching or whatever, but I'm just going to Gyro Ball anyway, because even with one curse, Gyro Ball is going to absolutely tear that Dragonite a new one. Now in comes Scizor, and Scizor is such a pain to this team. It's such an old team that Bullet Punch Scizor wasn't even around when I invented it. So I do a Desperation move, and luckily Hypnosis hits. And I do an Earthquake, thinking that maybe it's not going to be better than doing Gyro Ball, but that did a lot, much more than I was expecting. Trick runs out, so I have to refresh it. It's still asleep. That's kind of lucky for him, seeing as I woke up quite fast earlier. And seeing as how much the Earthquake did, Gyro Ball will finish off nice and quickly. And all he's got left is the Burning Man, the Infernape, which is going to get Earthquaked and killed anyway. So check out more vids coming up soon.